Cheesy fries. Cheesy fries. Hey, what is up guys? Guitar here, welcome back to another Brave 9 video. Alright, so guess what we're doing today? Underground Evil Castle from stage floor 26 to 30th. Alright, we're gonna try to tackle this all the way in. I'm gonna give you guys a bunch of options, a bunch of alternatives. But first things first, today is the Premium Scrolls Day on this June Boom event. So just want to warn you guys ahead of time. If you guys are watching this video today, when I record this, so hopefully you guys will get the 10 Premium Scrolls. Because I know some players just skip out this event because it's not worth it. Some of the events just give you honor points, some mystic dust and stuff. But today's one is actually good. Make sure you participate in Arena the following amount of times to get the 10 Premium Scrolls, which is very generous of them. Okay, so let's jump into this Underground Evil Castle from floor 26 to 30th. Alright, so I just want to make a full disclaimer for those of you who are wondering. My strategy might be completely different from what you'll see other people are using because I do not own a Natus. Alright, there are some misconceptions though that some players have been saying that you absolutely need Natus to be able to pass from floor 26 to 30. No, you don't. Alright, so I do not own a Natus, but of course I'm going to use a very different strategy, and that's going to have rely on several different units that only, maybe only I have. I'm not sure how many players actually build Dwen and stuff, but I'm going to give you guys some alternatives so you guys get some idea on how to tackle this. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to explain what the skills does. Please don't skip this part. This part is very important. If you skip this part and you just go to the next floor or whatever floor, you won't understand anything, what's happening, and how the monsters on this floor works. Alright, there's only three different type of monsters, right? There's this main boss. Your objective is to kill this guy. This guy, he will always insta kill your unit. Alright, he has this extinction which can deal direct damage or whatever. He will always instantly kill one unit. It doesn't matter if you have Lucius, it doesn't matter if you have Livia, it doesn't matter if you have Yuri. He will instantly kill that unit. Alright, so keep that in mind. And then there's these goons, red corruption and blue corruption. They are quite similar with the exception of this blue corruption has the ability to freeze, and the red corruption has the ability to apply attack reduction. Now these goons, if you kill them, your warriors will get buffs from their skill. Your warrior will get attack times 300% additional damage per unit that they kill. So something like Christina is going to work wonders right here. Alright, so I'm going to show you hopefully two different strats for this floor, and then you get an idea. And notice that they will not die because they have Death Guard when they hit you, but they will only die when they get hit during an attack. So for example, for this floor, we can use Dwen, Pork. Alright, so just something like this will do, and then you can bring in a, just something like this. Alright, it doesn't matter what you have, something like this would work. So this is a legit strategy that will definitely work for sure. So I'm going to show you guys. So Dwen and Christina is very good on this floor. The reason is because, like I mentioned, every single unit killed right there will give them the buff. So now Christina has two of these buffs. This attack times 300% additional damage because she hits two of them, right? So that's pretty insane. You have the ability to, I think multi-hit unit works better. So notice Christina is doing quite a lot of damage there. Okay, every time the boss kills your unit, he heals a little bit. Alright, he heals about 300% or something. So make sure you guys are aware of that. So last one, boom. Dwen going in, slice. Christina going in, just nice. Okay, so this is one of the strategy. Christina, I think you will need at least plus 15 of her. Now, any multi-hit unit will work great, I think, but Christina is probably the best candidate. And regardless of what strategy I showed you, I feel like Christina is a must because she's a very crucial part in securing the kill. Okay, like I mentioned earlier, the boss can heal max HP times 100% instant healing when she kills one of your units. But that can be blocked by Helga. If you have buff prohibition, that could be a strategy that you can work against. Alright, so for example, in this strategy, I will show you guys a Helga strat. For example, we go for something like this in front. Alright, and then if you do not have Dwen, what you can do, you can use Britain. So I did test out, and Britain did work as well. Okay, so if you don't have Dwen, you can swap out with Britain. Benshina is still a must. Christina is still a must, unfortunately. So those two are a must-have. Alright. So buff prohibited, so now the boss cannot heal, right? So we will be able to dish out. Benshina is a must because these units are blue corruption or red corruption. Despite their looks, they're actually very strong. Alright, they can one-shot your Rafitia or whoever that you have. Okay, so you gotta keep that in mind. So now this boss is buff prohibited, he cannot heal. Alright, so if you have Helga at plus 11, it's gonna do just fine. Just like that, easy. Okay, so next floor. Okay, so believe it or not, the floor 27 is actually the same. You can actually use the first strategy that I showed you guys, the one using Dwen, and it will actually work just fine. If you have a Dwen like me, you can use... So you just need one more taunt in one of these units. So it doesn't have to be 5-star, 6-star, it can be Carlson for example. Just one more taunt, just like that, and it's gonna work. Alright, so Carlson will have the priority later on. You want Benshina to live for one more round, and this will work. Alright, so Rafitia is good because she can buff both Dwen and Christina at the same time. So if, let's say, if you do not have Rafitia, right, because Christina has to be placed on top, Dwen has to be placed on the bottom. So what other supporters can buff both of them? No, there's no other supporter that can do that except Beliaf maybe. Yeah, so you want them both to receive buffs because of how the scaling works on their attacks, right? So this guy will hit Rafitia, and then we go boom. Supporters are very important as well. So if you don't have good supporters, the enemy, you know, the boss might not die as fast. It actually matters. So depending on how good supporters you will have, and I'm going to demonstrate it to you in the next floor as well, but let me show you guys an alternate strat. Okay, so again, if you do not own a Dwen, you can use Britain like I showed you in the previous floor. Christina is still a must, and then just bring in a Helga. So something like this should work. Alright, so Carlson, this strat, you know, if you don't have Britain, right? Okay, just keep in mind that Britain will need very good runes. This is how much defense I have on Britain. Oh man, I can't really show. I can't show my runes on Britain, right? I'm not gonna like put a screenshot somewhere, but I have pretty decent runes on Britain. So if your Britain do not have good runes, it might not work as well. So do keep that in mind. You need to have good runes on Britain. So I get a lot of players asking me in the past some stages of the Evil Castle, it couldn't work on them. Especially floor 40, the one where I use a single hell. You need good runes on this floor as well, okay? So on Britain. So both Britain and Christina, because they are your damage dealer. If you don't have good runes on them, you're gonna lack the amount of damage to deal with the boss at the end. Okay, so floor 28 is gonna be a little bit hard. If you notice it right here, that you are not allowed to bring this many units. You have to reduce the number by 1. So it has to be 5 units only. So not straight up, you will see that this is gonna be a bit different. Okay, now this floor is a little bit unique, and I'm gonna explain to you guys why, but let me set it up first. Okay, so based on my experience, based on my experiment when I've tested, you need something like this to deal with the boss. So in this case, we're going to use Taylor. I tried Yuri and it couldn't work. I don't know why. I think because my Yuri is low skill level, I only have a +3 Yuri. Taylor will have enough damage. You need to double buffer. In this case, we have Michaela and Veronia, right? So in this case, we're going to go with 3. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate and show you guys if this is going to be enough or not. We do have Helga right here. So I'm going to do boom. So buff prohibited. So it's very important to buff prohibit the boss. It really helps a lot. Alright, so now Benshina has taunt. Okay, so now the boss is going to come for Benshina. So it's quite tight in terms of the turns. Look at that, we only have like 4 turns. You have to one-shot the boss right after this. Like you see, the amount of turns is 2, 1 turn. So if you don't one-shot the boss right there, you're gonna lose. You're not gonna win at all. So it's quite tight. If you do not have Helga, right? My Taylor did not have the best of runes. If you don't have Helga, Helga does help, in case you guys are wondering. But if let's say you don't have Helga, let's say you go with something like this, you cannot use Benshina, you have to use Glacier. Alright, the reason why you have to use Glacier is because Glacier and Taylor has a set effect. So she will be able to give Taylor the ample amount of 8% attack boost or something. So that sort of helps. And if you want, you can put Alicia in front as well. I think that's the third combo to get the bonus set effect. Is it Glacier, Taylor, and Alicia? I can't remember who. But Yeah, you can put that girl in front, I guess. But ideally, that set effect actually does help. So you can see it doesn't matter if, yeah, it doesn't really matter if whoever you put right there, Lucius or Yuri or even Seto, they will instantly die, getting destroyed by the boss. Alright, something like this. So keep in mind, this one is super rune dependent. I don't want you guys to comment in the videos below and, oh, I tried your exact formation and your exact strategy, but it doesn't work. Runes, man, runes. This is all about runes. Your tailor has to have good runes. Alright, if you don't have good runes, this is gonna it's gonna be a hard one. Alright, I just want to put this out there because some players just think that Evil Castle is just about formation, but no, your runes need to be good as well. Okay, floor 29, this is my favorite one. I figured this on my own. I'm very proud of myself. 1 hour to figure this out, but at first glance, it looks like you really need Natus, but actually you don't. I almost was gonna recruit Natus because of this floor, and of course the next one as well. But this floor is like kind of straightforward in terms of the units that you need to use. So what I used was, I brought in a Gunter, or you can use a Corette, it doesn't matter. Alright, Gunter or Corette is gonna work well, as long as it's a skip, something like this. 1, 2, 3, and a Christina. Warrior, Christina. So I had an idea on this floor because this boss is front, right? Maybe I go with, like you see these 3 enemies on the top lane? Maybe I go with Cerubia to Christina, and then after that forces the boss to hit Cerubia first. So the Christina is no longer front, Christina is like skip. But it's like, I couldn't find a way for that to work, so I think this is a much better strat right here. You will need, I don't like Glacier as much, I prefer Benshina in the Evil Castle. I think something like this. Okay, so this is gonna help you immensely, and you will be able to see why. Boom, and then we go here. Boom, boom. Okay, Benshina still there, and then we go dead Benshina, super dead, and then hopefully your Veronia will need you will need good vital runes. Alright, if your Veronia don't have vital runes, she will struggle. And then we go with Christina. And again, Christina needs good rune, please. Good runes on Christina, alright, or else she will not be able to do this. If you give like a double rage or something, make sure you change to Assault, okay? Because if you guys are not aware how the skill works right here, this skill, alright, attack times 300%, this is what you will be getting. If you go, it literally says that deals fixed additional damage. If you go rage runes on Christina, you know what's gonna happen, you're gonna fail, alright? Make sure you have Assault. Next floor, floor 30th, the last one. Okay, so this one is super hard, and there are plenty of methods to do this actually. Fortunately, a lot of players think that this stage you really need Natus, and I am one of those players as well. But fortunately, I figured out a different method. Thanks to someone right here, I think. Someone wrote their strat right here, I think. I can't remember who. Maybe it was Lucius the Great, I can't remember. But definitely there are plenty of strats. Without any legendary, you can use Livia, you can use... If you don't have Natus, you have to use Livia in this stage. There's no other way. Because Livia will deal fixed damage to this boss. And the only way for you to not use Livia, alright, there's a strat. I think my Discord have a different strat. Oskirk's posted one formation that you need add-in. Okay, but I don't have add-in as well. So unfortunately, I can't demonstrate that. So this is what you will need, alright? Okay, again, we're going to bring back Corette. Where is Corette? Okay, so this is the strat we're going to use. 1, 2, 3, 4. You need Grand. Okay, so the reason why you need Grand is because you need someone that can taunt and can hit 2 tiles. Alright, the only option right now is Grand. Like there's no other. Benshina cannot do that, Glacier cannot do that. Taunt and hit 2 tiles to clear these 2 units. Or else it will not work at all. Corette will clear the back, Christina will clear here, and you get the idea. Alright, so it's all about Livia and Christina doing damage. So let me demonstrate it to you guys. Okay, something like this. And then you go with Christina, bam. Corette will clear the back. I mean Grand first. Preferably double vital. You need Grand Hilde at least plus, I think plus 0 will work. I don't think you need high skill level at all. So Livia will do that. Okay, fortunately, Christina can, because Grand reflects that stats weakening to that guy, So that actually helps as well. So now Christina, Corette, and everyone will deal with the boss. Alright, it's mostly just Livia and Christina from this point onwards. Yep, should be enough. Okay, so with that being said, that sums up the entire floor of floor 26 to 30th floor. So again, this is a strategy that I use, okay? I want to make sure you guys understand that this is what I use, and it's not the only method out there. There are plenty of other methods. For example, like for this floor, like I mentioned, you can use add-in, you can use Natus, but I do not have add-in and Natus, so I have to resort to using Livia and Grand Hill there. Okay, so you have to adapt to what units you have. Alright, so drop by my Discord if you have any questions. I'm sure some players there can help you as well. Alright, so that sums it up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the guides. As always, I will be making more once the new contents come out for the Evil Castle. Stay tuned for that. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, give this video a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.